Butt ass.
You went on Fresh and Fit because they liked your song. Now you're a single bum. Now you're a single bum. You kept it real with them. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single bum. Now you're a single bum. You thought you were cool with them. You wanted to be their friends. Now you're a single bum. Now you're a single bum. You said I'ma be myself. Don't care if they're here or not. But now you're a single bum. Now you're a single bum. They ended up kicking you out. You got no place to go. Now you're a single bum. Now you're a single bum.
May I speak? What the fuck? Are we here for these bitches or me and bro? Like, for real? Like, can I
think
talk?
if it was only men on the show, I don't think
raising
it would
my
be
hand
that
and nobody lets me talk. You want to hear what this yapping heifer has to say except for the viral niggas? What the fuck is going on here?
You're corny.
If we finna let these bitches talk all day, can I
chill
just...
the fuck out, man. Chill the fuck out, man.
Like, what's he think he is?
Chill the fuck out, bro.
I'm that nigga, and I'm leaving.
Right, who is this guy?
All right, bro.
What the fuck?
All right, bro. Just
LOL.
Just leave.
Went on Fresh and Fit because they liked your song. Now you're a single bum. Now you're a single.
I'd like to say thank you for all the negative comments on my platforms that I've received due to this Fresh and Fit thing. But let me tell you about the Fresh and Fit fan base. These are the kind of men who pay $1,000 to a man to help them with their dating profile. These are the kind of men who pay $35 a month to watch a 3-hour podcast on a Friday night. These are the kind of men who pay $35 a month to not watch a good podcast, but to watch a podcast that regurgitates the same talking points over and over and over again for years.
They ended up kicking you out. You got no place to go. Now you're a single bum. Now you're a single bum.
Bum, nigga, you a bum.
Butt ass.
Welcome to another show. Shout out to y'all for being here. Listen, we're gonna talk about another crash out, Kevin. Okay, this crash out dummy here, Brandon Jamal. Okay, the last time he crashed out, it was bad on Fresh and Fit, but it looks like it's even worse now because there's now allegations coming out. Because here's the thing. Before we even get into this, here's the thing y'all got to understand about my old nemesis, Sus Marquardt, okay? And for those of you guys who don't know who I'm talking about when I say sus Marquardt, I'm talking about this couch pattern wearing suit nigga over here, right there, right? This guy, right? You could definitely tell he cuts up his grandmama's couches to make suits out of it and thinks he's the best out of everybody. Like, nigga, like, we didn't know where you get that from. All right, but still, all right, now we clown him a lot of the times, okay? As a matter of fact, we love clowning this guy. He's a complete doofus, okay? He's arrogant, but it is what it is. But every once in a while, there are some moments, okay? And it just highlights, you know, how truly devious this man really is, okay? And I think he orchestrated this whole thing, okay? This whole situation with Brandon Jamal after the massive crash out he had on Fresh and Fit. He then goes on to Sus Marquardt's show, which is a big no-no because he's literally the definition of a snake, okay? If you look up Google, what is a snake? You hear this bald ass popping out of the fucking grass, okay? That's him. He basically shits on everyone that, you know, either is close to his former friends or his current friends. He's just the worst, all right? And the best part for him is the clout, okay? Because that's how he gets it, okay? Now, listen, I'm not saying that every time he pulls one of his snakish moves, it isn't warranted on some of the people, like Adam 22. That it's like, bruh, there's certain questions you got to answer, although it was wrong. Yeah, that was karma, bitch. I mean, it is what it is. But in this case, we also had MLD and this bozo, Jamal Brandon, whatever the fuck you want to call him, okay? So Saint invites him on, and the guy literally starts crying. Okay, now we know what the fucking diapers are for. All right, he just starts crying, and get this, he's not crying about, like, you know, how tough life was. I mean, part of it was, okay, but he was crying about his stuttering problem. What? like he was using that as a massive crutch being held back. Now, the reason why I love Flacco's reaction to it, jumping into the mix, is because Flacco also has a stuttering problem. Matter of fact, I would say he has worse stuttering problems than Fresh Prince CEO. Okay, but that didn't stop Flacco from having a YouTube channel. That didn't stop Flacco from having a show, right? With the, like, I don't understand how you can get away with that. That's not an excuse, my boy. But this guy goes on Sus Marquardt's show and cries about how he doesn't get a fair shake in life because part of it is his stuttering problem, right? I mean, how embarrassing, okay? But that's when we all knew something ain't right with this guy. Just not just the zesty crash out on Fresh and Fit, but I'm saying something is just not clicking with this man, okay? First of all, it started to make sense. Maybe this guy is legitimately emotionally unhinged, right? I mean, who walks around with fucking diapers? I mean, I get it, you know, if you're doing a song about it, people vibing to it, sure, all right? You do what you want to do. But if your whole thing is literally showing up with diapers, every show, everything, bro, it's like, okay, what's actually happening here? What's going on behind the scenes? Is there a connection between this weirdo and diapers? Do we need to dig further into this? Like, what's happening, right? And leave it to Sus Marquardt to actually do the digging. Surprising, because his research committee just absolutely sucks. But he did do, you know, he did do what he did to do. He spoke to old Gert Boy's sister, right? And they had a 40-minute long session, or 30-minute long session, or 40-minute, I don't know. We're gonna react to it. And basically exposing Brandon Jamal. Now, first things first, I think this is just horrible, especially for the Black family and how we're just exposing ourselves like this on social media. Like, that is insane. But it did warrant it. Some of the stuff that was said warranted to be exposed because this guy is out there, and, you know, in Saint the Center stream, he was bad-mouthing his sister. So Saint managed to get a hold of her, and she basically spilled the beans about a lot of shit, right? Even the claim that Brandon Jamal was making that, you know, he had to take care of his niece and all that stuff, but he did it for all of 30 seconds before he bailed. Right. When he was claiming on that, what ended up happening was, it turns out he was the cause of it. He was the cause of the whole thing, of his sister losing her child. And it was through some incident that happened. We'll go ahead and get into it. But it was just weird. It's like, bro, you are literally walking chaos. And then she drops the bombshell, okay? The bombshell that this guy basically was fixing to do something to her, right? And now here's the thing. There are multiple different ways I'm thinking about this, right? I'm not, first of all, I'm not automatically just going to take the words of the sister, right? I don't know. I'm not going to take it at face value. We're going to need, like, some kind of level of proof, because Brandon Jamal did start this mud war, and we know he's shiesty and trifling. So the fruit can't fall too far from the tree, right? Who's to say the sister can't come out and say some things? I don't know, right? But what she is saying is wild. And if it actually does get proven, bro, send this nigga off somewhere. He is a problem, because this is how that pedo shit, this is what happens in black families that no one talks about. All right, this is how black girls get touched, and not just black girls, bro. Like, I'm sure this happens to other races. I don't know, all right, but I'm sure this happens to other races of people. It's usually the uncles. It's usually a sibling. It's usually someone who is a sibling, but it's not. It's a step sibling, right? It's this bullshit that happens, and if we're getting an example of that on Sus Marquard's stream talking about this, and yet he's the guy that a bunch of these young dudes are promoting as the future. First things first, what gives you the fucking right to judge other people, and particularly single moms? And second of all, bro, you need to go speak to a therapist if this is true, and you need to go to prison. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, the statute of limitations, I don't know, but something needs to happen to you, because that is just whole weird. Now, some of you will be like, yo, Duke, what are you talking about? I'm not saying this. The sister's saying this. It's crazy. Now, I think this is definitely absolutely filthy work, getting this guy's sister on the stream, okay, and getting her to air out more family drama. Sure, it was good for Clout, but god damn, did it just chat. I don't know about y'all, but there's something about certain personal lives, right, where when it comes to stuff like this, a brother out in his own sister, a sister out in her own brother, live on stream, just to spite other people. I don't know. The reason why it's so surreal to me is because I have close relationships with my brothers and sisters, right? I have pretty close relationships with them. So I couldn't imagine something like this happening, where your relationship with your sibling could be just severed. But sometimes, you know, that's where reality hits. It's sometimes it just be a family sometimes, right? It is what it is, and that's a prime example of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through Flacco's reaction, because he includes a couple other things, and then we're gonna go do the full context, okay? Because like it's just crazy. I think it's better to just do both, so we have just a fair, balanced perspective. All right, so chat, let's go ahead and get into this, because I just think this whole thing is wild. I knew there was something wrong with that man. Let's go ahead.
Brandon Jamal, aka the Now You a Single Mom creator, again. Now, I'll be real, bro. At this point, the more I learn about Brandon Jamal, bro, the weirder and weirder things are getting. So I don't want to learn much more about him, bro. I'm good with like, I'm going to stop here because I don't want to find out any much more, bro. The rabbit hole is really weird. So the most recent drama between these two actually stems from their first encounter when Satan the Sinner interviewed Brandon Jamal. Brandon Jamal left his first encounter with Satan the Sinner feeling a little salty, because he felt like Satan the Sinner got the best of him. I mean, Brandon Jamal was literally crying mid-interview. Like, it was pathetic.
Why I get emotional. Because why can't I be allowed to complete a thought like everybody else?
Chat, I can't believe I missed this in my reaction. I had no idea this nigga was crying in the car. I was like, oh my God. This is why I want to include Flacco's reaction. Shout out to Flacco, by the way. I want to include it because he had the clip of Buddy crying. I'm like, whoa, how did I miss this? To cry in Saint the Sinner's stream, of all people, you are basically signing your death warrant. Okay, you're done. This guy, he would do anything to get clout. He's a grimy dude. He just is what it is. That's why we clown him heavy on the stroll, because we know who the hell he is, bro. He's not above going at your family. He went at O'Shea. He went at all these other people, bro. This guy is sick, right? So let me get this. You crash out on Fresh and Fit. You then go on his show and then start crying. Why? Because you got a stuttering problem? Nigga, I got a stuttering problem. Most of us got stuttering problems. That's not a fucking excuse.
Just because it's a little hard.
This nigga is crying.
Speaking is difficult.
I'm a stutterer too, but I don't feel like my stutter is the responsibility of other people.
Yo, facts. Yo, facts. What the fuck did that gotta do with me or y'all? Like, you got a stuttering problem. So some people got gout. Some people they got asthma. Some people got diabetes. People got problems, my dude. What the fuck? How is that something you out of everything to cry about? You chose that, and then you did it on Saint's stream. You're an idiot. I don't know. I don't know, bro. There's not a bunch of smart moves coming from this guy. And to think, at some point, he was leading #1 on the Billboard charts on the Red Pill space, all right, with the Red Pill newest anthem. That's crazy to me, bro.
I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, all right? So because of this interaction, even though they ended their interview on a very cordial and pleasant note, Brandon Jamal decided he was going to go on his platform and pretty much diss Saint and the Sinner in his shorts. He posted clips from the interview titled Arrogant Podcaster, a.k.a. Saint and the Sinner, humbled by TikTok rapper, a.k.a. Brandon Jamal, sort of painting Saint and the Sinner in a light that's not really accurate of exactly what the interview was.
They will let me complete my thoughts. That is my problem with us, my brother. You take a good look in the mirror when you get home. If you're already home, as soon as you go in the bathroom.
It's one of those unnecessary crash outs that Brandon Jamal usually do, because why create...
That's why he's a crash out Brandon. Like, he's a crash out Brandon. Like all these crash outs, I can't explain it. Right? It's like some of these dudes just need to stick to doing edited videos. Just stick to editing videos, because when we see you live, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to talk to people. How you are live is probably how you are when you're dealing with normal people. And that's why you're unbearable, right? And it doesn't make any sense, because you're sitting here crashing out on these people for what? Like, you're not even, it's not even a valid reason to do so. You're just highly emotional. And I don't know if you think that you're doing this on purpose, is going to get you more clout, whatever the fuck this is. You're making yourself into a meme. And that's the worst category you want to be on the internet, because the moment you become a meme, you can't undo that. Like, you're become, oh my goodness, he just doesn't get it, bro.
And
shout out to Flacco. This is why we're playing his video, because he puts a lot of things in context before we even go to the full interview.
Like, for no reason. Like, why create an enemy out of a person who you had a cordial and pleasant interaction with on his platform, right?
Right.
But Saying the Sinner responded back, unleashing on Brandon Jamal and exposing him for being an absolutely deplorable human being, right? Now, he will call out Brandon Jamal for some things that Brandon Jamal admitted during their interview.
The other piece, my boy, he claimed that he left his job. You got fired. Yeah, put it on my life. You got fired. And we shouldn't be...
Why does this nigga look like an ostrich? Why does this nigga look like an ostrich? You got fired. How you move your neck like that? That shit hurt. Oh, hold on. You damn bird. What the fuck? You got fired. Again, I would take what Saint the Sinner is saying with a grain of salt, because at this point, this man also said I worked as a janitor, so he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But again, I would just take it with a fucking grain of salt. But I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon Jamal got fired at his job. This guy, he can't keep it together on a podcast with a bunch of women. You can't even hold it together, my dude. You can't even hold it together with sus. This is the same guy that shows up to Andrew Tate's house completely unannounced with chocolates and cards and flowers. Look, this nigga is clowning you. Oh my God. Like, the 2024 has really opened my eyes. The world is over. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Got fired. Yeah, put it on my life. You got fired. And we shouldn't be surprised at all. The boy has low emotional intelligence. Very minuscule emotional intelligence, not to mention intelligence itself. But here's the crazy thing. We know Brody is a real dirtbag. Let me tell you what the evidence is. What kind of dirtbag are you when you're in your late 30s? Your sister has an issue. The child of your sister, your niece or nephew, is put to your custody. You are supposed to care for that child. And you say, you know what? After a year, I decided I couldn't do it. It wasn't even a year. I forget what he's like. After a couple months.
Yeah, it was a couple months. I agree with Saint on that. Like, yeah, bro, that's foul. You took custody of your niece, and after a couple months you couldn't do it. What happened to providing and protecting? Dude, you're isn't he like 30? Or is he older than that? How old is this guy? Wait, chat. Is he 32? How old is he? I swear he's like in his 30s already. Cause like, wait a minute, bro. You couldn't take care of your niece for just a couple months? Like that was too much for you? That's crazy. But then you want to sit here and rag on single moms, but you couldn't handle being a single dad for 3 months. That's insane to me. I don't know if that shit is lost on you when you made that song of yours being your anthem, but you couldn't handle being a single parent for 3 months. And I mean, this is your niece, for God's sakes. I mean, that's crazy to me, bro.
Side, I couldn't do it. Wait, what, my nigga? You telling me that your flesh and blood, you couldn't take care of a kid? That's your flesh and blood, boy?
He's 36 years old. 36. You haven't had your life together to take care of a niece? Wow, that's crazy. Wow, bro. Damn.
See, the things like that disgust me. Yeah, it disgusts me. I wish somebody would knock your head off for that. And I'll tell you why. Because
regardless of whose side you're on here, I feel like we can all agree on one thing, and one thing only probably, and that is giving up your niece and putting her back into the system in the state's custody while your sister is in jail just because you didn't want to do it anymore. It's some deplorable something. It's one of the worst things I've ever heard anybody confess to on YouTube.
It really is.
And I left when actually overnight I became Uncle Dad, and I had to adopt my niece because my sister lost her to the state because I'm not going to go into my sister.
You see how he said my sister lost it to the state? Are you calling your niece an it? I just caught that. Hold up.
And actually overnight I became Uncle Dad, and I had to adopt my niece because my sister lost her to the state because I'm not going to go into my sister.
You got put her business out there.
Yeah. So literally overnight I became Uncle Dad to a 4-year-old.
Okay. So you basically stepped in for sis, and you're currently still raising that child?
Look at this mess. Like, look, this is just insane. Bro, you just casually rolling up, like at least pre-roll before you start the live stream, but you over here just casually roll. This is, I don't even know what's going on. More deep with the 5-shot thing. He says, Duke, sometimes you do miss essential part of videos because you lose patience with material. Bro, like you're probably right. This red pill shit is bad for your brain. It really is though. Like sometimes I'm like, I feel, I don't know. It just, I don't know. It fucks with your mind. It's so hard not to lose patience with this shit. It really is. It really is hard not to lose patience with it. More deep. You can't blame me for this. You can't blame me for this. These people are crazy. All right, like you have to react to this shit. And you see this stuff. You're like, how and what? Hey, let me finish the super chat. It says maybe pre-watch so you can skip the funny parts. Butt ass. Hold up.
Butt ass.
Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Dev for the membership. He says, this is what happens when therapy and mentorship isn't used in the black families. Instead, we have idiots like Tate saying therapy isn't manly. Facts. Instead, you have this bullshit, or worst case, plumber boy, turtle boy bullshit over here. All right, we need therapy. We need fucking therapy, like bad.
No. Unfortunately, I had to tap out after about 3 months.
3 months.
God was screaming to me that it wasn't my situation. Like,
God said no such thing. God didn't tell you to put that little girl back into the state custody, man.
Bro, and you bring God into this? Bro, if you knew anything about God, you would know not to mess with children. You would know that. That is like, you got to protect the innocent. That's why people go crazy when people harm kids, because God, bro, what are you saying? God, did this nigga just say God said it was okay for him to give the baby up? What is he talking about? Whoa, that's the exact opposite of God, what God would want you to do. Whoever was talking to you was not God, and you could tell this nigga got a demon on his back. You could tell. Ain't no God telling you, yeah, just abandon your niece. Yeah, give her to the state. That's what you do. Bro, get this guy out of here. Shout out to CD for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it, brother. Welcome to the stream.
Yo, keep God out of your malarkey, homie. That is absolutely hard. Like, what type of human being are you? So rightfully so, the saint and the sinner called him out on it. Now, their beef didn't stop here, of course, right? They went back and forth. They've dissed each other. But the saint and the sinner have taken it up a notch, right? He decided to interview Brandon Jamal's sister.
Why do we have the pleasure of having you here today to chop it up?
What the fuck is this, bro? What are you doing? Why do you see? This is why you get called sus, bro. Like every time you pop out on camera, shit gets weird. Like, look at this. What is going on with this man's chin? You got a shaving error? Is that what it is? You cut yourself shaving, little buddy? Huh? You don't know how to use a razor? What was happening here, my boy?
With us, who are you in relation to someone that we've had on the show before?
Mr. Single Moms, Brandon Jamal is my brother. And I gotta clear the air, man. It's too loud now.
During this interview with his sister, we learned a lot of things about Brandon Jamal. Some things were obvious, other things weren't so obvious, other things were just outright sick. Now, she starts off the interview by clarifying that the story Brandon Jamal told was a lie, right? So Brandon Jamal did a separate video where he claims, that he stepped in because the city took his sister and, he was being a good brother. But she would say that's partially true. She would say the state took her in because Brandon Jamal actually snitched on her. And the 3 months time frame that he claimed he had the kid wasn't true. He only had her for about a month and a couple of weeks.
First thing was the story about you being an inadequate mother and kind of he was the only person who volunteered out of the kindness of his heart to take your daughter. Is that true? And if not, what's the real story?
He wasn't the only one. He kind of stirred this whole concoction of a story up because an unfortunate incident happened to where I had to drive past my house and I thought that my daughter was asleep. I couldn't stop at the house for a reason. So
wait, what? Hold on. What did she say? The fuck did she say? What hold up. What?
And of a story up because an unfortunate incident happened to where I had to drive past my house and I thought that my daughter was asleep.
Why? What? Why are you driving? Okay, I gotta see the full interview. Hold up, time out. We gotta see the full interview, chat. We gotta see the full interview. Because what do you mean you have to drive past your house thinking your daughter is asleep? Go check on your kid. What? How old is your daughter? Why is she not with you? This is just messy. Oh my goodness, this is just messy. Hold up, chat. Yo, shout out to Flacco, bro. Like real talk, like putting us all together. Let's go to this live stream here. Let's see what's going on.
Up with us, and so folks, this is his real sister, as you can see.
I don't care.
And we do want to let everyone know that we're going to go
of a story up because an unfortunate incident happened to where I had to drive past my house and I thought that my daughter was asleep. I couldn't stop at the house for a reason. So when they called him, he could have just picked my daughter up and just said, well, let me figure out what's going on, blah, blah, blah. He didn't do that. He sat down and made a thick booklet of a statement on me, against me, which caused DCFS to open the case.
You made a statement on your sister? Honestly, okay, chat, this is tough because we only outside looking in, all right? And this is family stuff. On one hand, why aren't you at home with your daughter? And you drove past the house. You couldn't stop to see your daughter? So she's home alone at this point. So on one hand, yeah, bruh, like you fucking up big time. If your daughter is not of the age where she needs to be at home by herself, you can't just leave her at home at night while you driving past. You drove past your house. So yeah, I kind of see where he's coming from. I don't know, because on the other side, it's family, right? It's family. That's the other thing, because it's family, right, Chad? So what would you do? Because I see, okay, this ain't so bad. I see what, girl, I'm sorry. You don't leave your child home alone at night, and especially you have the ability to check in on her. Go check in on her. right? You calling your brother to do it, and now you're mad because he put a case file on you. Why are you mad? I mean, honestly, it kind of seems pretty responsible if you ask me. Like, honestly, like, listen, just because it's family for me, I'll probably give you like multiple chances, especially if your daughter shouldn't be at home by herself and she's of that age where she can't take care of herself, right? If she's not like at least 10 years old or something like that, maybe 9. All right. Some people depend on development. I don't know. But like 10 years old, even for a couple, like an hour, maybe 30 minutes. Right. But like if you do that repeatedly and we start to establish a pattern of behavior, yeah, I can see why somebody else needs to get involved. And as a family, though, I would probably keep it out of the courts because I'd probably like say, hey, yo, do you need help setting up something? Like this is not something that should be happening. Right. And that's what I would think some families would do, right? Hey, if you're gonna leave her alone, I'm grandma's home. Bring her over to me, or uncle's home, or somebody's home, somebody in the family's home that is willing to take care. Just drop them off, and then there should be ways or systems to set up with that. Now, I understand that's privileged to say because most people don't got families like that, right? Families not, bro. Like I don't know what's happened to our society. The more I think about it, bro. Like we've been more distant from our families than ever before. Like people don't even like look at this bullshit. Damn.
But he never adopted her or had her for 3 months or anything like that. I never lost my rights for custody. He had her for.
Yeah, and this is getting just a heads up. I will cut you off a couple of times just to dig into certain parts of the story to make sure that we really understand. So the first departure with his fairy tale was it wasn't actually a situation where you were going to lose your daughter. He actually is the one who brought on that situation by seeking out child protective services and then making statements. Where I'm from, we call that snitching.
Yes. Okay. I don't know where you're from, Mr. John Hopkins. Settle down. Okay. You're a good boy. We don't know anything about your pimping days. Okay. Snitching. Relax. Okay. The next logical question, if you actually have a heart, my dude, to ask her would be, why were you driving out of past your house early in the morning and you couldn't stop to check if your daughter was asleep? What was so alarming that you had to, zoom past your house and just assume your daughter was okay? What was it? Like, what was more important than your child? Was your life in danger? Because that's the only thing I can imagine. Unless like something is pressing, like I'm about to die or some shit. Like even then, I'm probably just gonna stop and grab my kid. That's like I don't know. That would be the next logical question to ask because then you can get the context. Okay, well, what is going on here? So before we get into the snitching part, because I know you want to dig it, Mr. Jamal, I get it, and he deserves it. Trust me. Why is she not taking care of her kid and leaving her home alone? What's going on?
Call it things like this ratting. Where I'm from, I don't know, where I'm from. And so he sought out, you feel me? He sought out the government. He volunteered to make statements. And then based on his statements alone, the government decided to take that child out of your custody.
Absolutely.
Is that correct? Okay,
that's correct.
Absolutely. Okay, got you. Okay, so that's number one, which is crazy because he tried to complain about having to watch the kid when really he's the reason that he had to watch the child.
That shit right there is Grammy too. Like Brandon, you a hoe for that. You a hoe for that, bro. How you gonna say? It's almost like you impulsively did that. You got pissed off at your sister to go ahead and spite her. You put this report together, but you didn't have foresight to think, oh yeah, this shit might actually blow back on me, because I'm family. It blew back on you, and you couldn't even handle the responsibility. But then you out here online, which is the worst part of all, just bragging about how, I had to take care of my niece, my problems. You brought it on yourself. If you knew, why didn't you, if you were so upset that your sister had to call into you to go check in on her kid when she should have been doing that herself, which is rightfully so, why were you upset enough to put a report and then give it to people outside the family to handle? And then get mad when the shit flies back in your face. Like, this is what I'm saying. Y'all, the men of the day, y'all not thinking men. Y'all don't think. You don't have foresight. This is why y'all fall for these bullshit.
Okay. All right. So he caused your daughter, his own sister's daughter, to come out of your custody. Cool. And then he said that he was the only one who was willing to take the child. It almost seems like he arranged it for him to take the child. How did that end up working out?
Well, he's like you said, he arranged it. He set it up for himself to get her. He didn't even give my spouse a chance, my dad a chance, no one a chance. And
Brandon, this was bad, bro. This is not looking good for you. Wait, so now I'm knowing. So she said her husband. So she's got a husband. Is that what she said?
Give my spouse a chance, my dad a chance.
Okay,
No
she
one
said spouse, right? Spouse usually means husband, right? Or does that's husband? So why didn't the spouse want to take the daughter to wait? What's going on? Something's not right. Something's wrong with this story. I feel like we're getting pieces here and we're doing our best to put this together. Bro, what's happening?
on a chance. And he did not have her for 3 months. He had her for 6 to 7 weeks. I can't be exact.
Sure. And so that's about 6 weeks is about a month and a half.
Yes, precisely.
So he basically doubled it. He tried to make it sound good. He doubled the amount of time he claimed to have had the child. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. A little bit of dishonesty there. And then another thing that he said that I thought was strange was he made it sound like the child was like a menace, a problem, and that like no one else in the family wanted to take the child's so bad and all this kind of stuff.
I don't know, bro. Can we not talk about the child? See, that's what I'm saying, chat. At some point, this shit just gets weird, right? I mean, we're just airing out black families and black children out here, and look at the menacing smile this peanut head has on his face. He knows exactly what he's doing. Like, this is, at the end of the day, just it's sickening, bro.
Zaire is an absolute princess. Of course, kids, they talk smart. They do little white lies here and there. They do little things, but is she a menace in any way? Absolutely not. She's a straight A student. Zaire will be 11.
Straight A student.
Straight A on the principal's list, everything. Yes.
And
Now,
of course, you're gonna say your kid's name on his stream. Like, oh my goodness.
Thing I'll tell you, having been a teacher in public schools, is you never.
I'm glad you're admitting that now, Mr. John Hopkins. You were a teacher. All right. I don't know when you get off talking about you're the greatest technologist of our time, bro. Mr. Fletchap, you couldn't even teach your way out of an investment, huh? You couldn't teach your way out of that, huh? Now what you teaching, bro? Just sit your ass down, bro.
Never get a straight A student that has behavioral issues. That's not a thing. So if your child is a straight A student, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the man was lying when he said that there were serious behavioral issues beyond what is typical of a child. Okay.
I mean, she was what, 4? What do you expect from a 4-year-old? I mean,
a toddler. Yeah, it's a toddler.
Yeah, you left a 4-year-old 2 a.m. driving past the house, and you thought she was sleeping. You're speaking to a highly irresponsible woman here. Like, I don't care what the fuck you say. It sounds like the kid had high energy. At any point in time, a 4-year-old can wake up at that time frame, and then mom's not home. What was so bad or pressing that you had to drive past your house without stopping and checking in on your 4-year-old you left home alone? I'm sorry, chat, but we got to be fair here. I'm a father. That's not gonna fly. That does not fly. She's 4 years old.
Okay. And the other thing that was trippy to me, because we had a pre-conversation, because I always want to make sure that if I'm gonna let someone come on the platform and talk to thousands, tens of thousands of people, I want to make sure that you're legit. And one of the things that had disturbed me is you said some of the treatment that Zaire experienced under his care. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, initially, after the 6 to 7 weeks, when I first laid eyes on her, she just grabbed me so tight and she said, "Mom, please don't make me go back there." I said, "Baby, I ain't gonna make you go back there." And then as time progressed, I pick her brain a little bit every here and there. And she was just saying, "Mom, it wasn't that he hit me or anything, he was just so mean."
Wow.
She said he took mean to the next level. That's what she said.
And I believe that because I saw that even in my first interview with him, being that it was not a debate, it was an interview. And I always want to make sure that I hear people out. If it's an interview, I'm not trying to question your morals and your values. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to listen to you. It's an interview.
Don't shut your ass up. I'm here to listen to you. Is that what you told MLD before you snaked them on your stream? I just want to listen to you. Is that what you told Destiny? Shut your ass up. Why are you hiding that herpes underneath that band-aid, dog? Take that band-aid off. What you hiding underneath there, dog? You doing too much high value jet setting on? Did somebody get dirty? What happened here? Talking about it, bro. Stop it. You're the lead. You are set up, dude. Okay, we've seen how you operate. You're not good. You don't have good intentions.
Interview. And even in that, he like kind of like something in his head was like, he's sick in the head. He kind of like tried to like attack me. Then another guy came on. He tried to attack the other guy. So there's a weird, evil, mean streak within this boy. And
the problem is Brandon Jamal, as you know, I'm sorry, he has mental issues and what have you. But he doesn't get the proper help. He uses his own personal way to help himself with the substance. So, yeah, there's that.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you say mental issues, because a lot of people will, try to pathologize things, say, "Oh, I'm OCD," but have you gotten diagnosed for that? Like, no, but I think I am. Now, are we talking about real mental issues, or we're talking about?
No, I'm not talking about no OCD or no weirdness. I'm talking about documented facts.
Okay.
He just needs the proper help.
Okay.
This is just messy, chat. I'm not gonna hold y'all. This is just messy.
Are we able to say what he was diagnosed with?
Yeah, bipolar.
Bipolar. Okay. And that makes perfect sense, because the kind of mood swing that I observed during the call definitely seemed like a bit manic in nature. Okay.
He's living a manic lifestyle because he needs medication.
And a lot of folks who are watching, they don't realize that a lot of folks who have mental health issues, and even things as simple as ADHD, they don't want to take the medication because they feel like it draws out their energy or makes them a different person. Which, yeah, it does make you a different person, keep you from bouncing off.
This nigga talking about ADHD. If you don't shut your ass up, if you don't stop, what is this, bro? This is just crazy.
Some damn walls.
Here.
Okay, hello.
Yeah. And so one thing that you had mentioned to me in our pre-call was that he's using marijuana as a kind of as a coping mechanism. Or like to self-medicate. Yeah, that's really sad, because we always tell folks, like, look, this is not for people who are doing well. This is for people who got issues. Okay, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And now I imagine growing up with someone who has this kind of psychological issue, there's a lot of lying going on, but also it probably was rough for you growing up with him. What were the kind of experiences that you had with him that were worth noting, unusual, uncomfortable, things like that?
I've got two instances, but I'm gonna just state one for now.
Okay.
We were arguing. I was about 13, 14. We were arguing back and forth, going crazy, and
let everybody know the age difference here so that they have a
okay. So I was about 13. He was about 16.
So you were 13. You were in middle school. He was in high school.
Yeah, he was in high school.
Yeah, and he's a male.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's way bigger than me. Jamal was an athlete, so he was swole.
What? This pencil neck, limp wristed fucking idiot. He was an athlete. That's interesting. I would have never pictured. Huh?
Out. I mean, the guy was built. So I remember this like it was yesterday, and I'm yelling at him like, because he and I don't share the same father. His father was on drugs, and my father stepped up to the plate. So
that's what Sus Marquardt and Brandon Jamal has in common. Listen, I will never ever take this nigga seriously again, especially after he admitted he was a crack baby. I'm sorry, you can't take this nigga serious. But okay, listen. All right, listen. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate, but again, these are the kind of scenarios that, like, really, it's ripe for problems. You got two families, kids from dysfunctional households, just blended together. I mean, you're just asking for issues, bro.
In the midst of the argument, I'm trying to hurt his feelings, so I'm like, that's why your dad's a crackhead. You want my dad to be your dad, That'll never happen. That's why you're mad. So as I'm talking, I'm just going off. He's rushed in the bathroom and tackled me over into the tub, and the shower curtain rod fell down over top of us. And he just starts strangling me, just choking me out. And I'm like, oh, dear Jesus, I'm finna meet you today, baby. I ain't gonna I was like,
how's that funny? How was that? What was the first thing come to mind? Chuckling. I'd be like, God damn. Whoa, what the fuck? How was that funny, though? Like, what are you chuckling at?
And I'm like, oh, dear Jesus, I'm finna meet you today, baby. I ain't gonna I was like, I ain't gonna make it, Lord.
It's just dysfunctional.
Lord, please protect me. But you know, I just was fighting. And I fought him off of me and stormed out in his room. And from that point, I knew I had to watch what I said. Because he could have killed me.
Yeah.
So obviously we gotta wait for Brandon's response, right? But like, if this is allegedly true, because this is all I'm a legendist, because I don't like Saint the Sinner. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Okay, this guy's a clown. So again, this could be revenge. I don't know, but like, just considering what she's saying right now, this guy, I'm telling you, you can't put it above guys like that to put their hands on women, right? And they've been doing that since an early age. So I mean, you know, why not? I won't be surprised if, you know, baby mamas start coming forward and saying, yeah, this nigga slapped me, or this dude did something to me, right? I don't know, right? Because like, people who are overly emotional like that and they crash out, most definitely are. You can't put it above them to strike a woman. And they could just say, oh, I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean it. I was just so mad. And then next minute they'll do it again, because that's how abusers work, bro. I don't know. This is just a weird story. I think it's an odd scenario, but again, it's just wild.
It's like that, you know.
And you know what? I had a brother as well, and I can say that there's never been a situation that I didn't tackled him in a bathroom, because a bathroom is a unique place and it's very small, but it's pretty much it's small and it only has hard edges in it, though, right? There's no
small with hard edges, nigga. Pause. Hey, what kind of herpes you hiding on your that band-aid over there, bro? Talk about small hard edges. Pause.
Carpet. It only has hard edges that you'll basically get knocked unconscious fooling around in there. So he done tackled you in there. The shower curtain fell down. Then he started strangling you, basically trying to end you. And he's a 16-year-old young man, and you're a 13-year-old girl.
Very skinny girl and short.
That's wild. That's wild. So yeah, very unstable. Obviously the type to not only hit a female, but try to take her out, but even one that's his own family. And that's things like that I think are disturbing, but it's sad too, because these are the kind of things that almost like it doesn't get reported, right? Like, you ain't called the police for that, right?
Of course not. No.
Exactly. And it saddens me because people
You're a fool. You're an honest fool. Like, I'm just saying. It's like, again, it's family, but like, you almost choked me. Like If I was a woman in your shoes, okay, or a girl, what were you, 13? If I was a 13-year-old girl, yeah, I would tell somebody about that. Like, seriously, that because that's an unhinged thing to experience, where someone's like just choking the life out of you. That's insane. You gotta you even said it yourself, you gotta watch yourself since then. Yeah, that's your body, your gut telling you this man ain't right, if it in fact happened to you. Like, this is how domestic violence leads to people dying. Okay, because we sometimes we don't know when to take these threats seriously.
get away with this kind of thing, and we know that if that's in you, that's in you, and that might come out later, and we haven't gotten a chance to address it. But okay, cool, got you. Then there's another situation. Maybe we can touch on that later. But one thing, I just want to recount the facts for everyone who's watching. So give me a second.
I had to switch it, so I didn't even know that there was live comments and everything.
Yeah, there are live comments. Yeah, we put you on right now. Yeah, and I'll show you what we got. Shout out to Joshua, who just became a member on this channel. We invite everyone. If we get up to 100 members on this channel in the next 15 days, I'm gonna do something for you guys. We'll pick something to do.
You don't want that. You don't want. He might show up to your house with some cards and chocolates too. I don't know what kind of surprise he's planning. You don't want what he's planning, bro. Just ask Andrew Tate. Ask him how that worked out. You don't want that. Whatever thing special he's got planned for you, you don't want it. Trust me. What I find so interesting about this whole thing so far is why isn't Mr. Sus Marquardt over here at least holding her accountable for this bullshit that she did with the 4-year-old kid? Right? I get it, like, okay. And honestly, let me backtrack a little bit because I just realized she said he was 16 at the time where she did that, right? So maybe most 13-year-olds they're not gonna call the cops or whatever the fuck it is, right? Okay, fine, I get that, but like, at least why isn't Sus Marquardt calling her out? If just to say, hey, bro, like, just again, there's just things I look for in certain things for people, right? Where just to see if you got your head screwed on tight, you know. And when you hear certain things coming from certain situations, like, bro, why don't you? There's certain things I'd probably hold her accountable for too. Just saying, just say, because this story, like, I mean, and part of the reason why Sus Marquardt had every reason to at least try to look balanced in this mess is because now this kind of looks like you were just being petty and she's being vindictive because he exposed her on your show and you're orchestrating this whole thing. That's why this looks messy, because otherwise, like, I don't know, this could be, I don't know, chat. I don't know, like, you could have just like, hey, like, I hope you understand this is horrible. Like, that's crazy. So let's talk about it, right?
I already did a great giveaway. We're going to announce who got the stuff. Shout out to Jay, supporting the work, writes tuition. May also acknowledge LC, writes tuition, peace of the saints. Shout out to Marcellus, he writes, it's been a while since I've tuned in, peace of the saints.
You know what's crazy? Like, you've done multiple videos, and this is the exact archetype of woman you Red Pillars express on. Like, it's funny. It's so funny, bro. When you get the exact kind of woman that pops in when you're supposed to hold them accountable, y'all will just shove that off just to spite somebody else. This is crazy. So even in this situation, you're still not holding her accountable. She's exactly what you talk about, Zane. Like, so you don't realize some of your fans are probably gonna look at this kind of sus, bro. Like, hey, ain't that kind of weird? She left a 4-year-old at home at 2 a.m, assuming she was asleep. Can we talk about that for a minute? Say, just asking. I don't know. These Red Pillars move so fucking funny, bro. There's no consistency.
Maximilian supporting the work. We appreciate you. Now also acknowledge via via PayPal. Shout out to Mohammed. He writes, this will be great and lots to learn, always providing educational content. Absolutely. And I'm really interested to hear your perspective, because a lot of times, Dior, we get these people who might be a one-hit wonder, or they gain some kind of clout, and we don't know the backstory on who they really are or what they're really like. And the thing that shocked me, especially with your daughter, is that he made it sound like, one, that it would just happen that he was the only person who wanted your daughter, which I was like, that don't sound right. Ain't nobody gonna just let a little girl be uncared for, like the whole family. I was like, that sounds weird, number one. And then number two, when he said that, okay,
she left a 4-year-old at home alone. At least just do a little jab at her for a little bit. Like, I'm a dad, bro. That's crazy to me that you haven't called her out yet. Like, woman, you got some issues, but he is acting so funny right now. Y'all don't see this? You don't see how funny this little fucking ostrich is acting right now? This is insane.
Okay, yeah, I took her and then I gave her up to the government after that. And I was like, where'd you let the little girl go into adoption? I was like, that don't even, like, that.
And that's
not
so not true. She never was up for adoption. She never was in the state she never went with a stranger. He used this story to gain clout. He's a clout chaser.
That's wild. So basically, he was trying to like make himself look like an angel in front of the public, huh? And make you look bad, because he made it sound like on my live stream that the kid went to the government just because he was like, look, I can't do it, and no other family member wants to do it. That's how he made it sound like, okay, well, the kid's going to the government. That's crazy. So he basically drug you through the dirt on that one. So I see why you got to pull up. Shout out to Mr. Thompson.
Can I clear something up, though? I would
Please
really
do.
like to say something.
Yeah, please do.
See, usually this is where the self snitching starts to happen. Okay, so we saw with Aaron. Y'all know that. Now I got to be honest about something. So let's see what she has to say. Let's see what's happening here.
Brief.
Yeah,
he
talk to me.
is running with this stripper narrative, my stripper sister.
Okay.
And I would like to clear that
Oh,
up.
he called you a.
She's a stripper? Whoa, what's going on? Where did this come from? What is happening?
Stripper.
Yes.
Oh, tell me more. When did he do this? Like, what's that all
On
about?
one of those videos that I ran across. So I just want to clear it up that I have danced in the past. Was I ever a stripper? No. But
Wait, lady, that doesn't make any sense. Have you danced in the past? And I'm sorry, dancing is another word for, stripping. So when you say yes, you've done it in the past, but are you a stripper and you say no? I'm not saying that you're currently a stripper, but you danced. So, I mean, technically, hold up. Let me rewind that back. Maybe I didn't hear what she said.
What's that
on one of those videos that I ran across. So I just want to clear it up that I have danced in the past. Was I ever a stripper? No. But did I dance to pay for college at DePaul University with that high old tuition? Absolutely, I did, and I paid my way.
What? She just I told you every time they come clean and be honest, they bury themselves. And then these same people come out and complain and say, "Oh, why are you making me look crazy on stream?" You said you want to clear the air. He called you a stripper, and you said he's lying. And then you proceed to say you danced your way to pay for college. I'm sorry. What do you say? What do you expect me to believe? Like, I feel like I'm watching Aaron's Crash Out all over again. Like, this is exactly the Aaron fucking Plumber Boy Crash Out right now, bro. What's going on? This is just like you're not even winning. This is what I'm saying. Like Saint the Center. Like, again, like I can't stand Brandon Jamal, right? I can't stand him. I think he's a weirdo. But like that's what I'm saying. This is a messy form to get back at him because now you looking crazy, dog. This is a desperate interview. This is a desperate interview to make him look crazy. Yeah, you expose some things, but you really just expose yourself as grimy, dog, because she's telling you she's lying to your face right now. I hope you know that. You dumb fuck. Take that shit off your damn chin.
Way through college. Like stripper, no. But did I dance to pay for college at DePaul University with that high old tuition? Absolutely, I did, and I paid my way through college, like many women have done.
Don't put many women in your position. I know plenty of women that didn't dance their way to pay for school. All right, they worked their butt off. Just go to Chick-fil-A, you'll see them. All right, don't sit that there are women who just don't. Listen, I'm not saying that it's not a valid way to do it. Yeah, sure, get your bread, sis. All right, but I'm just saying don't put that on majority of women dancing their way through school. Come on, dog, that's crazy. Some women, their parents just got hella money. They don't need to dance for nothing. Their parents got money, bro. I've seen it. Like, they just pay for it. Like, it's crazy.
Dang.
I wasn't a whore out here just selling my body. I worked in a legit club, and
That means you are What? Yo, sus, you not gonna call this out? You not gonna call this out, sus? You looking crazy right now. She just said your op lied. She just said your op lied about calling her a stripper. She just came up there and confirmed he was lying and then admitted that she danced her way through schools while working at legitimate clubs. What do you listen? She's lying. It's nothing against her. It's just she's lying, bro. Like what is this? Whoa.
Tuition and no one helped me pay.
In Chicago or in Kakalaki?
Downtown Chicago.
Downtown Chicago. That's what's up. Trying to remember. Okay. So what's weird to me is this.
This nigga's an MTR. This is an MTR live stream. The fuck you just gonna gloss over that lie? Okay, I'm watching. I know how you operate, Saint. This is funny as hell, bro. You weird. And those of y'all who don't know, like, bro, this dude spends his time clowning women exactly like this to his Red Pill fans. But just to spite Brandon Jamal, even though she's about to go into some crazy things, he's not going to keep the same energy just because he's going against. Yo, this is funny. This is real funny, bro. I hope your audience.
If my come up is off of a song called "Now You're a Single Mom," you know, I'm hitting it raw. Like, what does that have to do with me throwing my own sister under the bus? Whether you was a on the Blade, whether you was in a strip club, whether you was on Backpage, Craigslist selling it, it doesn't matter. Like, what does me making a rap song have to do with me embarrassing you? Like, why did he do that?
I mean, I don't know, because I can't answer that, boo, because I've never been a single mom. I'm married now, and
That's
I've
crazy.
never, even before I was married, I've never been a single mom, ever.
Mm-hmm. So
I see a lot of comments. I gotta just say something. Y'all keep talking stripper.
I meant to tell you, don't read the comments.
No, but that's your chat. That's your chat, Saint. That's your chat. They're saying, bro, she literally just described a stripper. So your chat is being honest. This is an MTR stream. This is an MTR stream all over again, bro. I feel like I'm having deja vu. How you gonna tell your guests? Oh yeah, no, just ignore the chat. I know they're telling the truth. Just ignore them. Ignore them. Let's get to exposing Brandon. You are a drama queen. You a drama queen, bro. This is insane. How you gonna do that, bro? That's not right, and you know it. Your fans are calling you out. I told you. I know some of them, at least they got some kind of sense. Okay, chat. We clown the Suns Marquard fans because we know they're in some kind of weirdo cult. We know this. Okay, that's a given. But I mean, there's just certain things you can't go beyond these cult members, especially when you've gone your majority of your YouTube career clowning women like this, and then you gonna tell her to ignore it when your fans are calling her out. That's funny, Saint. That's very funny, bro.
Don't read the comments. If somebody got something serious to say, they'll send a few bucks. And
you fucking grifter. Yeah, no. Pay me to expose this bitch. Like, what? You a money grubbing hoe, bro. This is sad because you're basically facilitating black families destroying each other, and you're doing this for clout. But you're in the midst of it. You're not even willing to be fair. This is insane, bro. I don't even like the Jamal guy, and she's about to admit some bad things about him, right? But just watching the full context now, it's just like, bro, you looking like a real drama hoe, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. This is bad.
They'll say
let me get off that.
Yeah, get off.
Because no, I'm gonna be honest and transparent. I dance
and I appreciate
for
that.
Tuition. I just want to be honest. Like I use that money to pay for something good. You get what I'm saying? I went to school with it. I didn't use it for drugs or anything crazy. I literally wanted to better my life.
Listen, I respect the fact that you say this is what I did instead of coming up here and acting like you ain't never did it. You hear me? Like I respect the fact that you keeping it a bean out.
What? That's literally what she said at the start of this. She literally said that that's what she wanted to debunk. Hold up. Let me remember this. 1851. Hold up. She literally.
Before I was married, I've never.
And
I'm gonna be honest and transparent. I dance.
And I appreciate. Yeah, get off. A few bucks and.
Hold up. Hold up.
Under the bus. Come.
Through college.
When?
Here it is.
Shout out to Mr. Thompson.
Can I clear some up, though?
Hold up.
Please
do. Like to say something.
Yeah, please do.
Brief.
Yeah,
he
talk to me.
is running with this stripper narrative, my stripper sister.
Okay.
And I would like to clear that up.
Oh, he called you a stripper.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. No, bro. What are you talking about? That's exactly what she said. You saying there you appreciate her doing what? Hold up, chat. You gotta listen to this.
Acting like you ain't never did. This is what I did instead of coming up here and acting like you ain't never did it.
Then what was the whole point of her being honest in the first place? To clear things up. Brandon was right. So why did she even need to bring it up to defend herself? She just ended up proving Brandon's point. This is what I'm saying. Even when I want to go at Brandon, I can't because y'all looking messy right now. Bro, I feel so confused. Like, bro, like you looking messy because now you're saying, oh, I appreciate you coming out here and just saying it. But the whole reason why she even said it was she was trying to debunk him for saying it. So he was right. She was a stripper. Like you funny, Saint. You acting brand new, bro. This is insane. I see the double standard. Y'all pill poppers ain't shit. Y'all niggas ain't shit.
You hear me? Like I respect the fact that you're keeping it a bean out here. But what I'm trying to figure out is like, why did he feel the need to tell people that? Like that, like, hey, my sister's a stripper. Like, why did that come up?
Because he wanted to try to further embarrass me. Like this was a plan to embarrass me, but you can't embarrass me about something that I did to make my life better. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm married and everything else. I mean, obviously I wasn't too bad of a person. You know, it's people out here that work a desk job and they can't even keep a man or a woman for two weeks, you let alone my 9-year relationship. So I did what I had to do. You can judge if you want, and I apologize if that line of work offends anyone. You know what I mean? I apologize if it does.
It's not that it offends anybody. No one cares if you're a stripper. Like, I mean, go do what you want to do, sis. Like, strippers are cool. It's just he called you a stripper. You went on this show to try to expose him, to say he was lying, and then you just admitted that you were a stripper. So this is just messy. I don't know what the fuck. Yo, Saint, this is messy work. Like, honestly, you looking like a real gossip queen on this one, dog. Take that shit off your fucking face, bro.
So, okay. So basically you're saying that this is a situation wherein he basically just has it in for you. And even though that doesn't make him any extra money to talk about you being down bad or to drag you through the dirt, he's like, you know what? My sister been stripping, selling coochie, and you know, he just throwing everything.
Like, yeah.
Who fucking cares, bro? Like, who fucking cares, bro? Like OnlyFans is probably what's gonna be in the future for a lot of people. Like, you see these things happening, okay? Like, yeah, we got 1 million people in America, 1 million girls in America signing up for OnlyFans, but that number might rise. I'm telling you, bro. Like, the economy is not looking good. Okay, things are getting tough, and like y'all are sitting here wasting your time on bullshit GoFundMe's or bullshit fucking courses, and you're not taking time to manage your finances. The world is getting tighter and tighter. So again, now I'm not gonna hold you if you want to go ahead and do what you want to do to survive. I'm just saying that we don't care. This is what the fuck is the point of you going into a stripper like this? Makes you look like a gossip queen, sus. This is why we call you Sus Marquardt. You out here gossiping about you. You honestly should have just, I don't know, bro. This is gossip right here. This is family gossip. Let's continue, bro. This is just weird.
Okay.
Crazy.
Okay. Yeah. To me, that's weird because he's damn near 40 years old, number one. And then number two, just like if you grew up in any kind of neighborhood, people do all kinds of things to make their come up. Now, some of them you don't agree with, but it's not your responsibility to put it on wax. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's your sister, like that's the stuff that's crazy to me. But cool, got you. Understand that. And that's one of the reasons I tell people not to mix paternal blood, which is to say like y'all got 2 different fathers under the same household. And I feel like that just like 9 out of 9, that's gonna go left. Especially the way you was talking to the ball. Your dad's on crack. Like, damn,
God, bro, you looking like a damn fucking. It's like a fucking bird, dog. Shut up. Take that shit off your fucking face, bro. Like, real fucking talk. What is that?
That was messed up, but I don't know if I deserve to get choked up.
Yeah, I think the chokeout was crazy. But one thing, like even in my book, I wrote a book called The Black Box, and my homie, I remember I liked this one little red bone in elementary school, and him and the homie in the red bone got into it, and she was adopted. And they get into it, and she's like, "You're fat." And then he says, "Well, at least my parents wanted me. You're adopted. Nobody wanted you." And I was like, "God damn," which is to say that kids are cruel. Kids don't have a filter. If they get mad and they want to hurt you, they're going to say the wildest stuff. That's a part of being a kid. You're a 13-year-old girl, but a 16-year-old boy who's old enough to drive an automobile, which is a killing machine, to choke you out over that is bonkers, especially being that that's like your sister in your own family.
And that's why it's so wild to me, because like I put hands on my brother when I was younger. Like me and my brother will always fight. Okay, I get that, but like when it comes to our sister, yeah, we'll get into shouting matches and whatnot, and mainly because she'd be snitching on certain things that we would do, right? But other than that, we would never hit our sister at all. Like, yeah, we would all, she would get an attitude and whatnot, whatever, right? But like, we would never like straight up hit our sister. Like that is something that like, that's a wild concept. So for me, hearing that, like someone's brother choking out like their sister, that's wild to me, right? Especially at that age of 16. But again, I don't know what siblings, how old, I don't know how they do it. Listen, My little sister, she grew up around brothers. We were real protective of her. Maybe it's different in different households. I don't know, but that's wild to me. You're not going to see that. But again, I do also understand that a 16-year-old, you don't really have, like, Saint the Sinner's trying to paint it weird. But anyways, again, she was also 13 as well. So, like, again, this is why we're talking about we're talking about underage shit, like we family shit, bro. We don't even be talking about this. We really don't. Like, this is weird. So you can't really judge in that scenario. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to judge this scenario because I don't know what other families are like growing up, right? I don't know how violent people would get, right? But I do know my family growing up, we protect our sister. Like, you got to go through all three of us, guaranteed, bro.
Like, he's not screwed on right. So I don't condone what you said, but it was facts though. You wasn't telling lies. It was facts, right? You wasn't telling lies. But what he did was just completely bonkers, and it shows that, like, you mixing paternal blood, like you got 2 kids from 2 different baby daddies in the same house, like, stuff is going left. Cool. Now, here's the other thing, and this is the trippy thing too. I was just listening to this rapper named Central C, and he is like, yeah, and I still try to hit my stepsister, and I was like, whoa, my boy, like, that's how it's going down out here. Now, I never had a stepsister. Yeah, I never had a stepsister. But y'all were right around those ages. Are there any other situations that were crazy that are worth noting? Because I see he definitely was very vocal about trying to embarrass you. I'm guessing on your Instagram, your TikTok, or whatever you got, I can't go on there and see you just dragging him through the dirt for no reason before he brought you up. Is that correct?
Correct. And you still won't see it. I never mentioned my brother on any social media platform until now.
And you're defending yourself and just clarifying what the truth is.
Yeah, because at this point, we're not just about to keep dragging this narrative. I'm getting sick of it. This man,
ma'am, you are on the absolute worst channel because he is absolutely going to drag this narrative. What are you talking about? You went on a wrong channel for this one, sis.
And it's literally gained 1 million followers because of a falsely narrated story.
That's crazy.
You took a narrative and said 3 months, but it was 6 to 7 weeks. Really?
Yeah, that
shit's crazy. You a liar, Brandon. You a bold-faced ass liar, dog. Like, you out here trying to make yourself like somebody that's responsible. No, you ain't. You can't even handle 6 weeks, bro. That's crazy.
The ball be lying. Yeah, the ball be lying. Another thing, and you had mentioned to me in our pre-conversation, like, one of like fairly awkward experience that you had. You willing to share that? Because I think that sadly a lot of these things also go underreported, and that's something that's hugely important to me, especially having been a 6th grade teacher and the stories I would hear from my girls.
So you weren't even teaching high schoolers? Or listen, I thought at least the way you brag about your John Hopkins degree that you were teaching university students. Nigga, you were teaching 6th graders? Really? Hey, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Mr. Technologist, the greatest time of our era. You were teaching 6th graders? Is that what it is? You want to tell me Mr. Prestigious John Hopkins got you situated with middle schoolers? Is that what it is? You out here bragging on the internet, acting like your shit don't stink. Meanwhile, your whole experience and background was teaching 6th graders. How did you go from teaching 6th graders to scamming multiple investors out of your Fletch app company? You still haven't answered that question. Destiny's been asking you that. A bunch of people have been asking you that. Hey, listen, if you don't want to answer the question about Mr. Fletch app, Mr. Coder, Mr. Developer, okay, fine. Answer the question about what an NFT is. I still want to know what an NFT is. Can you answer that question? Because we would like to know. Because it seems like the more you talk and we find out about your qualifications, Mr. 6th grade teacher, I don't think you were ever qualified to even know what a fucking NFT is. Just being real with you, bro. Come on. Listen to this guy.
11-year-old, 12-year-old girls. And a lot of this stuff, because it doesn't get reported, it ends up escalating. And because parents don't know to ask their kids about this stuff, hey, did anybody say anything to you? Did anybody do this? Anybody touch you here? Did anybody do this? So I think that's an important conversation to have because it can kind of occur anytime if we're not vigilant.
Yeah. So, since we're talking about that, when I was about 13, it's late at night, I'm laying on the couch, I'm cover on, watch TV, whatever I'm doing at that time. And Brandon, my brother, walks out of his room.
Brandon Jamal.
Brandon Jamal, he's oily as a he's oily, like with oil. And he just has his boxers on.
Oh no.
And I look up and he's got a heart on. And he's standing over me. And
you a real weirdo, bro. Like that's your sister. You a weirdo, bro. Like what?
I'm looking, and he's just got the weirdest look on his face, and I just utter the words like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm your sister. Like, whoa, what are you doing?
Had to remind him.
He kind of smirked and looked and just turned around and went back in his room. I don't know if he forgot I was his sister and he was in that mood and I was available and he was trying to see what I was on and I rejected it.
No.
He kind of snapped out of it like, whoa, this is my little sister. Let me bag off. So yeah, that was weird.
That is weird. That is weird.
Why
and
you
know what?
smiling about that, Saint? The fuck is so fucking funny? See, this is sick. This is messy. Cause now the more I think about it, you were fishing for this response, weren't you? Is there anything else that he would have done? You know, coming from a guy who worked with sixth graders, I've seen this all the time. Please dive deeper. And you're sitting here smiling while she's talking about she's talking about a fucking child abuse. Like this is filthy. Like honestly, chat, bro, Saint, you fucking 30 for this. You're a dirty guy for this. Really, like honest. You're a dirty fucking guy for this. Why are you smirking, bro? Though this is nothing to smirk about, bro. Like you're just reveling in all. You could tell he's just, oh yeah, destroy my enemies. Oh yeah, I don't care at what cost. At the end of the day, bro, this is a normal person, bro. Like I don't know, dude. I don't know anymore. I don't know. This is sick. That's all I do know, chat. I'm not on board with this. That's the whole reason why I didn't expose conversations of Saint the Sinner, because I've actually spoken to Saint the Sinner's family members. Like there's a lot of things we have recorded, right? So it's one of those things where I don't go that route, right? Unless he does something like super crazy, like insanely crazy. Then it's like, bro, I'm burying you. Everything, you're getting buried, dog. But it's just like, I don't do that because at some point it's like, yo, yeah, I want to, like, I'll take the guy down, but what the fuck? I'm not gonna like start playing videos of me talking to his auntie and then him telling me like that's crazy. Look, unless you know it was done in a crazy way, right? So you back off of certain shit. But it's just one of those things where you're like, damn, bro, like this is sick. This guy, she's talking about being abused, and he's over here smirking about it. Like this is sick.
So yeah, that was weird.
That is weird. That is weird. And you know what? Honestly, I think that you had something that a lot of even grown women don't have, which is the presence of mind to say, hey, this ain't right.
I'll never forget that. I think about it every day because it replays. It replays.
So she's traumatized about this, and yet this is all content to us. Oh, the world is sick, chat. We're fucking sick people. What happened to us?
It's traumatic for a 13-year-old, for her big brother to stand over her and do that. No, yeah. Absolutely not.
As a little girl, for any grown man to stand over you with an erection is completely inappropriate. It's disgusting. It's a scary thing.
You had an erection for so, whoa. Come on now. Wasn't that you that had the erection? Oh my god, I'm forgetting. I'm spacing right now. What was that? It was on an Instagram stream that you did, and you had an erection for do you guys remember the name? Shout out to you. I remember. Fuck, I'm forgetting the name. What's her name again? I'm totally spacing out right now. He had a hard on for her, and he was stroking his meat, wasn't it? Was this something? No, was it something? I forgot your name. I'm spacing out right now. But he did the same thing, bro. He's used to that shit. Kendra, that's what it is. Kendra, you were stroking your meat in front of Kendra, and you did a whole video talking about how this woman is trying to Me Too me. She tried to Me Too me, y'all, but she got proof. You were in her DMs, stroking your meat in front of her. And yet now you sit here saying, a 16-year-old boy stroking his meat in front of a girl. Oh, someone said, is the irony lost on you here, Brett? You could possibly be Brandon. Maybe we could be doing a little bit more digging and figuring out what the fuck you were doing, huh? Like, this is crazy.
Especially if it's your older brother who's supposed to be protecting you and taking care of you and loving you. And now he's like a sexual threat in your own home, like under your own roof.
And after that, I never felt comfortable being in the house with him by myself after that.
And that was one of the things that kind of had me worried, because I don't know how, these kind of characters like evolve. I was like, oh man, like it's kind of sad that your daughter was with him for any amount of time. And I was just
and
like,
that's why
man.
I questioned her the way I did, because in the back of my mind, that same scenario is playing. And for her to say he was so evil and mean,
right?
I said, well, that was it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't coach
So
her.
you knew Brandon Jamal abused you while you were 13. You grew up and still left your 4-year-old daughter in the hands of a man. I wouldn't even call him a man, a boy who abused you as a kid. Like, why isn't Saint? Am I not normal for seeing this, or am I crazy for at least considering this perspective? Because that's the first thing that comes to my mind when she's talking. You're okay. Yeah, he's a scumbag, but you left your 4-year-old in the hands of this scumbag enough for her to say, "Mommy, he's mean," knowing fully well what he did to you. This is crazy. Am I nuts for seeing this? Why isn't Saint calling us out? Bro, you got a sick mentality. For sure, you got a sick mentality, because any normal person, I'm sure, man, woman, who's interviewing this girl, you got to at least ask some questions. Like, what is this? Why would you leave him in her? Why would you leave your 4-year-old daughter in his care? I mean, what does that say about your accountability? What do you have in all this? This is insane.
Her insinuating thing. I just said that was it, right? Nobody touched you or nothing. I said it like a physical touch, but she knew I meant every kind of touch.
Right.
No, nothing ever happened.
Oh, this is messy.
Yeah. And that's important for everybody to pay attention to your daughters, because man, it's some sick people out here, both male and female. I know some people.
This nigga's mind right now, he thinks he's really burying this fool, and he is. But god damn, bro, you making yourself look real like this goes beyond petty, chat. What would you call this? This goes beyond petty, because she's not only exposing herself, but you're reveling in all of this trauma, this undocumented trauma. This is what typical black households go through. Yet here's a man exploiting it for views and getting back at his enemy. This is insane. I don't understand what's happening. Like, I don't know, chat. Maybe I'm weird for thinking this way I'm thinking, but something to me, like, maybe sometimes spending time on YouTube gets to you, bro. But where's the art? What's the humanity, bro? What happened?
We're thinking that it's only the males are doing all this crazy stuff. It's the females too. I'm sure you see on the news the teachers didn't. You heard me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy as I don't know what. Okay. But your daughter's good now. She's getting good grades, straight A's. So I'm glad that nightmare situation.
That's not the follow-up question you should be asking right now.
And it's over. Was there anything else that you think is of note that people should probably know? Because one of the things that surprised.
How do you? Now you're just prying. This is sick. You're just prying now.
Is me is how much people will follow somebody who is just so miserable and hateful and broken and backward and perverted, and they'll follow these kind of people. And I think it's often because they just don't know who the individual really is. Is there anything else you think people probably ought to know?
Let me make sure, because I made a list.
She made a list to expose this clown on stream. Like imagine, you got a problem with your brother, and you go on a random YouTuber's channel just to expose him. This is crazy. This is crazy. I just don't understand it.
I want to go back. I want to backpedal a little bit to the single mom thing.
Okay.
That whole narrative.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let me say this, because when I said, "Oh, I've never been a single mom and I've been in this relationship for 9 years. I'm married."
Chat, what did I say? At this point, when we see interviews just like this with the Brandon Jamals, all right, the Aaron Sloans, and now we're seeing Brandon's sister, all right, whenever they have to come clean about something, it's always followed up by some lie. Okay, so let's see where she's going with this. Okay, the topic is because Brandon accused her of being a single mom. She's about to go into right now. She said she was never a single mom, right? That was her response. Let's see what she says.
Legally married, not to shame or disregard single moms at all, because the song is disgusting to me.
Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. Oh man, I thought she was gonna come up here and lie again. I'm like, bro, this ain't looking too good for your credibility. I mean, your credibility was never there. I mean, just look at you. You look like a damn emu, dog. Take that shit off your fucking chin, bro. But like again, I'm still not trusting what this chick says, bro. I'm saying
I hold single moms up on this pedestal this high because these single mothers are going to be responsible for the future, for raising these children that are going into our future. I love single moms. You guys,
you would know fully well that this guy you're talking to hates single mothers, and he clowns single mothers like you every day on his platform. Honey, if you did your research, you would realize this guy, he hates you. He doesn't give a fuck about you. Look at his face. In his mind, he's already won this beef against this Brandon Jamal guy. Okay, because he got you to be a crash out dummy. And you came up here and exposed a whole lot of shit. You think this nigga cares? You honestly think this fucking ostrich cares? Take that shit off your fucking chin, bro.
You guys are dope. You guys are awesome. So just because I said I'm not a single mom, by no means do I mean that single moms are any less than. They're even better in my eyes. So I just want to.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You're not disrespecting the single moms out there. You're not disrespecting the lonely mothers.
No, I don't want to disrespect
this
anyone.
Guy
That's all. I just didn't want it to be taken as disrespect. That's all.
No, I think people perceive you to be a very sincere person. One of the things, the reason that I said, you know what, let me get your voice out there is because when you reached out to me and we had that initial conversation, I could tell that you're an honest person, because one thing that honest people
Now I gotta question your ability to judge people or discern people, bro. What do you mean? You think she's honest? I don't think she's honest at all. She just lied to you about being a stripper. What are you talking about? And you didn't even call her out. This is a total MTR stream. It's bogus.
do is they always want to be accurate. And we had our initial conversation. And I forget if you had like text me or called me back. You're like, hey, we had talked and I said this, but I really meant this. Like I said it wrong. I really actually meant to say this. And I just want to let you know, like, this is the truth, not what I said. Like, this is the truth of it. And so I could tell that you're a person who wants to be understood. You want to be correct, accurate. And if you say something that's not right, you're going to pull it back. You're not a prideful person that's just going to lie and stick with the lie.
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, yes, indeed. Cool. Okay. Well, if there's anything else you want to add, you can add. If there's anything else that like any other stories you got, like you did, bro, a weirdo, you did this when we was getting like, anything else, or like, hey, like, you got this weird.
You know what?
Let
I'm
us
not
know.
gonna do it.
Don't do it. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, why not? You already fucking damaged. You just damaged your reputation, your family's name, all that stuff. But you know what? I'm not gonna do anything else, bro. First of all, Brandon, get some fucking help, bro. You touched your sister. This is crazy. Now he does a response to this, and his response was not great at all. His response was not, like, honestly, it made me believe this nigga actually really did that shit, bro. Like, because he didn't address it at all. Matter of fact, Flacco did a great job in covering it. Like, shout out to Flacco. We're gonna go back to his stream and see how see Brandon's Jamal's response real quick. Hold up, maybe not, because he doesn't have it. Oh, wait, he does have it. All right, here we go right here. Because I couldn't find it when I was looking for it in time. So let's actually play his response here.
Pathological liar ever. And the fact that Saint interviewed my sister means he knows damn well his channel is dying without me.
Well, you're wrong. His channel's always been dying. But, bro, you're useless. So, did you touch your sister or not? Answer the question.
She exposed me for what? My sister is the biggest liar you'll ever meet in your life, cuz she get it honest from her father. I didn't even know that it happened. That's how peaceful I be. You feel me? I had no clue that happened. I don't follow my former sex worker saver ass sister. Actually, she's not even a former sex worker saver. She's a former sex worker. Her stud ass wife, a sex worker saver.
His response was,
bro, that's not a good response at all. I'm sorry, bro. That's not a good response at all. Like she made clear she made clear statements that you were oiled up butt ass naked with a hard on in front of her with bad intentions. And your response is, yeah, she's a liar. She's a sex worker savior. No. Her girlfriend is a sex worker savior. Bruh, did you do it or not? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So then we were all looking to Brandon to see if Brandon was going to have a legitimate response, right? We're like, okay, is this dude actually going to address this? Because you just got accused of touching your sister, dude. And honestly, a lot of people are kind of feeling funny about that. So again, did you do this? Like, did you do this? Because your response to this whole thing, Saint the Sinner did, all right, listen, it didn't calm any nerves at all. Because now we thinking, you a sister toucher, huh? You a little diddler, huh? That's what you are, bro. I go, why not? And then you come out here saying, no, well, she's always been a liar. Why don't you specifically address it instead of saying, well, I don't remember it happening? What? Okay, what do you mean you don't remember it happening? Was it a psychotic episode? Were you having a moment? Like, that's not an answer. That's not a real answer. Like, that's not saying, no, it didn't happen. That's an answer. I don't know what she's talking about. She's a liar. No, it didn't happen. But you say, she lies all the time. I don't even remember that. That's not a good response. I'm sorry. And then to make it all worse and to further make me think this guy is a real fucking weirdo is that he then does this response. And this response he recently does, honestly, it was like a caricature of the stream that his sister had. And honestly, chat, I'm worried. I'm honestly worried because this man, he probably did it. Let's watch.
I'm Marquandrick, the Saint and Sinner. Welcome to my boring ass podcast. Today we have your name.
My name is Zaid Sharon Blake, but I have the most basic stripper name ever. It's called Dior Lee, but I spell Lee with an I at the end, so it's not so basic. But I'm basically like the fanciest, most basic bitch you'll ever meet.
Okay. So what is your claim to fame?
Well, I have a brother who's going viral.
Let's stop this right here. First things first, this is uber zesty. This is uber zesty, bro. And you playing your cards very well. Go on, sis. You do your thing. But I knew you had a little sugar in you. I knew you had a little sugar in you. You playing this a little too well, my dude. Like, this is like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? You orchestrated this whole thing. You think this response is gonna do anything? Like, honestly, yeah, it's I don't know, bro. This is brother and sister we're talking about here, chat. This is brother and sister. Like, you're doing weird shit. You know that, right?
So I was waiting for a good time, and now that he has 500,000 followers between these three apps, I thought it was a good idea to tell my side of the story about when he kidnapped my daughter. Kidnapped her.
That's not what she said. See, now that we seeing this little parody, that's not what she said. She said you filed paperwork to get her to lose her child. She didn't say she said you kidnapped her. Hey, bruh, did you have an erection in front of your sister when you were 16 or not? Like, this is not giving us confidence that you didn't do it, bro. Like, I knew a weirdo would respond like this. Like, who was surprised this weirdo would respond like this? Like, this is serious allegations, bruh.
And took her away from me for 3 months and convinced the state of Illinois.
Wow. Yes. Now, You go by Dior Lee. Dior, are you a stripper?
I want to make one thing clear, okay? I don't like that word. Okay. What I do is I take off my clothes.
So brave.
What I do is I remove my clothing when I want to, on rhythm with some music.
So brave.
And they pay me because they're thirsty. Chicago is home to the thirstiest. You know, most women who take off their clothes in a rhythmic fashion, they have to travel to earn the living we Chicago girls do. You know why? Because these men are the thirstiest. They're going to book us in some dirty basement. And as long as you're willing to go in the dirty basement and remove your clothes selectively for money, you will clean up because they make all this money. And you know where it goes? My nails.
Of course, because you deserve it, queen.
This nigga done lost his mind. This nigga done lost his damn mind. What is this? Hey, chat, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I need y'all to be honest with me. Dead ass. Like just normal person to normal person. All right, peoples to peoples. Is this a valid response to your sister accusing you of violating her when she was 13? This response does not bode confidence in the fact that you probably did that shit, bro. What is this? And this nigga is just keeping a straight face while he's doing this interview too. What is, bro? This is weird. The fact that you're not taking this seriously is a problem. This is like, listen, this is your sister coming out and saying you did this. That's someone that knows you best since childhood. I would take this seriously and not make a joke out of it because this looks like you're having a crash out. This is a crash out. I'm seeing this right. You're crashing out. You got some serious allegations levied. You don't know how to respond. Now you're crashing out. This ain't it, bro. This response, I think you think you're funny. This ain't funny. I'm getting weirded out just watching this.
Thank you.
Deserve it.
Thanks, King.
I too myself am a sex worker saver, so
I knew I liked you.
Of course.
You brought me here, didn't you?
Of course.
Hey, pause. Hey, pause. Who is this nigga? Where'd you find? Is this your boyfriend? And actually, is he your actual boyfriend? How y'all comfortable doing this? This is crazy.
A former sex worker.
Saint and Sinner love saving sex workers.
He gave me this platform.
Oh, absolutely. I had to.
You know what? I'm married to this chick, but I don't know, Saint. You acting right.
Oh, listen, Saint.
You know what's funny? I just thought off, chat. What if Saint has a crush on Brandon? Like, I won't be surprised if like Brandon also likes Saint back too, because anybody, chat, and just bear with me, anybody who's willing to do this,
but ass.
I'm sorry, bro. I think these guys, the reason why they're beefing is because they're low-key attracted to each other. I'm starting to understand that. This is a fantasy for Jamal. This is fantasy for him to like tell Saint and the world that he really want him some Saint, but in the form of satire. And Saint keeping this whole thing going, he really just want Brandon. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, other than that, like this is just crazy just watching this.
Santa is definitely a sex worker saver. So
I heard that. Ladies,
now
he will save you.
Just take your clothes off. Now, Dior.
Oh my goodness. And he shoves the diaper. Oh my goodness, bro.
Lee, what happened with your daughter? Why was she taken? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You know, I've never told anybody this story except everybody who would listen.
That's why I'm here. Go ahead.
This is what happened. Okay. I don't know how I got outside the apartment. You know, when I came to, I was in the local convenience store. And then I got into an altercation with a man. A man, okay? Did I mention he was a man?
Of course.
So then this man, he chased me in my car because I don't know how we got to the cars, but he's chasing me in his car, and we got on the highway, and he was chasing me, It was a high-speed chase, and then the police got involved. But misogyny, of course, they only cared about locking up the black woman, and they chased me state to state. But let me tell you something.
I'm all ears.
I'm a boss.
What?
I see it.
And
What?
I got tired of being chased.
What is?
So I literally.
You can tell this nigga is enjoying this. He is enjoying every minute of this, bro. No need for Hollywood to come at you, bro. You already ready. Hey, Hollywood don't need to come at you with the dress offer, bro. You already ready, bro. You primed and ready for it, dog. And this is the leader of a bunch of men out there for the single mama anthem, right? This is your daddy, huh? A man who is way too comfortable in Hollywood's mess. This is crazy to me, bro. Honestly, what do we at the end of the day? That's your family, dog. Like, I don't know, both of y'all. This is messy for both of y'all. Y'all, this is just crazy, and he's just marketing himself. That's all this is doing. What are people saying in this? Look at the Saint. Saint the sinners in the comment section. Leave it the Saint to be there, huh? Oh shit, what happened? Hold up, chat. Hold up. Leave it for Saint to be in this guy's comment section. He says that this is funny as hell. By the way, you never denied doing that nasty stuff to your own sister. And then Brandon responded. Brandon says, denying it now for the record. I never did that. I thought it was obvious, but thank you for making sure I say it. You're a real member, bro. Gracias. I knew these niggas love each other. I know they love each other, bro. They're the same kind of people. They're the same kind of people. This is insane.
Looked out my window, glared at the police with vigor, and they called the chase off.
Just like that.
Just like that, because I'm a boss.
Wow.
I ended up in a hospital in one of the states that's not Illinois. It might have been Ohio. It might have been Michigan. I ended up there. And when I came back from my little vacation, come to find out, my daughter is not where I left her.
Don't you just hate when you misplace something?
I didn't misplace anything. They stole her.
No.
I don't care what time of morning she was outside barefoot. 1 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. If you see my daughter, you ignore her. You let her get picked up by traffickers, okay? I need the clout.
I'm done. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't do this. This is just too much for me. I'm sorry, Chad. I got my reasons. This is just weird. I can't do this. It's weird. Like, what the fuck is he doing? This is not a response, okay? Listen, even your comment, I don't trust it because you had multiple chances. Your first response to your sister, you should have said, no, I didn't do that. Your first response was, I don't remember doing that. That doesn't help. And then you follow with this bullshit. It took Saint going into your comment section for you to finally say, I'm denying it now. I didn't do it. This is weird. I can't do this. I'm sorry, chat. I don't care how much you want to see this. I can't do any more of this. I'm sorry. Stream's done. We're done. I'm sorry. It is what the fuck it is, huh? But like, this is weird. Ultimately, I think both of y'all are weird. Saint the Sinner, you fucked up in this. This is a massive L for you, all right? Because clearly you exploited this situation for your own benefit, which was disgusting. Like you're proving yourself to be a real sick shit. Like really, you just out yourself. That's what it is. And on top of that, Brandon, the fact that you started this mess by outing your own sister's problems, and then your sister being crazy enough to come out and out you too. This is just a mess for the both of y'all. Y'all are crazy. Like families shouldn't be doing this, but y'all are just poor examples of it. And it's just sad because it's just like, damn, bro. Like, y'all are just going back and forth on a stranger's channel like this guy who couldn't give a fuck. Where's Sus Marco at? Who couldn't give a fuck who the fuck you are. He's just relishing in the fact that you guys are destroying each other. Remember, this guy doesn't like black folks, all right? He hides behind black people when it's convenient. Also, apparently now he hides behind single mothers when it's convenient, okay? Because or not even single mothers, black women when it's convenient. Meanwhile, he roasts black women when he has the chance to, right? He has the chance to right now. His audience were calling him out on it. He didn't do it. So it just goes to show you, bro, these guys are weird. They're fucking weird, dog. Like, I can't believe you're just out here just destroying families like that. It is what it is. This is something that should have just been kept in house. I'm honestly, I'm just uncomfortable following this. Like it really is, bro. Like, but Brandon seems like he wants to keep this going. He's relishing in all this. That's what I'm saying. Brandon and Saint the Sinner are the same people. They're the same people. You can't change my mind on that. You can't change my mind. Brandon, Jamal, Sus Marquardt, y'all niggas are the same. It makes sense why y'all are willing to go this far. It's insane to me. But chat, I appreciate y'all being here. What do you think about this overall scenario? Do you think that this is just par for? Oh shit! Hold up. What? I got super chats. Hold up. Time out. Let's stop this right here. Shout out to Moore Deep with the 2. Moore Deep says, and after that, I let him watch my daughter. Yeah, facts. Facts, bro. Yeah, you talk about that lady. Yo, facts. Yeah, and that was the one thing. This is why I think both of them are fucked up, right? I think they're both fucked up because she's out here outing him as a predator. And this is why I don't believe any of the story. That's why I'm so heavily just clowning both of them right now because I don't believe any of this. Because wait a minute, lady, he provided such a traumatic experience for you while you were 13, a traumatic sexual abusive situation that you still think about to this day enough to tell a weirdo on a show, yet you're still willing to let him watch your 4-year-old daughter. What sense does that make? Like the math ain't mathing, girl. Like if I knew my brother was an abuser, I'm not letting my daughter stay over at his house. I'm not letting him come over anywhere. And most normal people would probably have that same goddamn mentality. One's an abuser, okay, you take precautions. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck if they're in your family, but especially if they did that to you, don't let them watch your 4-year-old daughter. Because you're just creating the same cycles or putting people in an opportunity where the same cycles can repeat themselves. And it's unfortunately sad because honestly, things like this happen in communities all the time that goes unspoken. No one talks about this, right? When people come out of the house all messed up, and then we want to blame the skin color, but we don't want to blame the situations that they're coming out of. Some of these people get touched in their families, and we got to talk about it. Just being real. Shout out to Deb with the $5 super chat. Deb says, "I'm not sure what my sister was a worker does for you. It makes you and your whole family look dysfunctional." Facts. Facts. You're out in your own family. Congratulations. What prize did you win in this? Right? And the thing is, Brandon is going to use this for clout, but you're trampling on your family's name to get ahead. Do you honestly think your fans are going to respect you later on? Let's say you do make it and you build enough stable audience to keep this shit repetitive, right? Bro, they're not going to forget this. You clowned your own family, bro. That's the biggest snakish behavior I can ever imagine. Not only you, but your sister too. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all are just dysfunctional, right? You're just liable to crash out, and it's just crazy to see, bro. But shout out to you, Deb. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Shout out to all of you guys. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. I don't understand this at all. I'm confused. I really am confused, bro. Families shouldn't be doing this. I think this is where we talk things behind the scenes. If anything, go to a therapist, right? Let's say if you don't want to get your brother in trouble, go to a therapist. But you airing this out here in front of Saint, the Sinner of all people, I think that's what makes me not want to believe this so much. I don't know. Because, like, why? Why his channel? Like, why his channel of all places, bro? Like, you could have literally just went to somebody else. Like, I don't know, bro. It's not even that. This is Sus Marquardt. He was literally relishing while you were talking about a traumatic experience. The dude was smiling about all of it. I don't get it. I hope she watches this back and realizes she got played. I don't know. This guy, the thing is, the reason I'm talking, chat, is because y'all don't know. Sus Marquardt and I had a really intense beef. It's a really intense beef, bro. It was crazy, right? It was blood sport at this point, right? We went back and forth. I fought that, and we're still waiting on the smoke. Like, I mean, are we fighting or what? Saying you challenged me to a box. It ended in him challenging me to a boxing match. Y'all, hey, no. I know we got new subs in here, but put a 1 in the chat if you remember when this nigga challenged me to a fight and then forgot about it. Seamlessly forgot about it. But when we look, you over here challenging random subscribers. Why are you fighting subscribers? Come fight me, dog. Why wouldn't you want to take the smoke? Y'all remember that. Y'all remember when he called me out, right? Because listen, I done exposed everything about this guy what happens when you have nothing else to do, right? When you have nothing else to lose, you try to fight a motherfucker. That's what he tried to do. He challenged me to a fight because he couldn't answer the questions your boy was leveraging. So me and him had a very intense beef. So he kind of ignored it when I accept the challenge, of course. He walked away. It is what the fuck it is. But it's like, though, the reason I'm going hard on him because I know who this guy is. All right, I beef with him. I know how dirty he's willing to go. This guy is not a good guy. And if you guys knew who you were dealing with, you wouldn't air out sensitive family information to someone like Saint the Sinner. He's just not someone you want to be doing that with because it's not for you. It's likely just to destroy your own brother. So it is what it is, bro. I don't believe any of these guys. I think this is just weird. Chat, you let me know what you think. I know y'all got some questions on what happened. Like, wait, I just popped in, Duke. And that nigga wearing a dress. What's happening? I don't know. I'm just reporting, chat. So let me know what you think in the chat comment section. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
But ass.